Ladies, when a woman is jealous of the relationship that you have, when she is jealous of the person that's in your life, the number one thing she will never do is acknowledge you. When a woman is jealous of the man you're in a relationship with, she will acknowledge him, but she will not acknowledge you. She will pay attention to him, but she will not pay attention to you. It will be as if you do not exist. I can tell you firsthand, being married for almost 20 years, that I have experienced this more times than not. When women look at you and your relationship as if you do not deserve to be in a relationship with a guy like that, if you deserve or you don't deserve to have yourself, your situation and that you're being taken care of and loved on, they will never acknowledge you. They will treat him as if he is his own person. When women are jealous of the significant other of another person, they will deliberately act like you don't exist. They will do things like invite him but not invite you. They will do things like talk to him about your shared children or talk to him about your shared experiences, but when they see you, they will not discuss it. Women who are jealous of the relationship that a woman has with a man, she will always try to make that woman feel excluded. And this is not just for friends, this is also for family members. I know this may be a touchy subject for some people because I've seen questions in my comment section pertaining to a jealous sister-in-law, a jealous mother-in-law, jealous in-laws, jealous friends, what have you, people who are jealous of your relationship. And I'm telling you firsthand that when they are jealous of the fact or envious of the fact that you have a relationship with that man, they will not acknowledge you. They want to somehow pretend like you don't exist. They will set up events and they will invite him, but they won't invite you. You might not be a girlfriend, you might be a wife. You could have been married for 20, 30, 40 years. And if a woman is jealous or envious of the relationship that you have, she will not acknowledge your existence or your presence in his life, number one. And this is not just for women who have those long-term relationships. Even if you have a new relationship, if you're coming around his friends more often, his family more often, if you're going in social circles where maybe you don't even know anybody, and yet they see you with this man and they're looking like you don't deserve to be with him, or some women, and I have to say exactly how it is, some women have that saying, oh, he could have did better than her. He can do better than her. Oh, what does he see in her? See, women like that are typically the women who are beautiful, bitter, and single because their beauty cannot keep a man to save their life. Their character cannot keep a man to save their life. So they hate on the woman who is pretty, who's cute, who's beautiful, but also personable, likable, and cooperative, and they hate on her, and because of that, they try to exclude her and not acknowledge her. I remember one time, this was actually a school pickup. It was one of the teachers. So she didn't know us very personal, but she was aware of us, picking the kids up from school every day. And at one point, my husband's schedule was at night. So he was picking up the children from school. He would see her all the time, picking them up. When she started seeing me come with him, she would just speak to him, talk to him about my son and how his day was. I would be standing right next to my husband and she would act like I'm not even there. And me being me, because I'm just going to clock it and not really say much, I'm going to let her keep on digging herself into the hole until I finally say something. So she really didn't even say anything. She would say hi, bye to my son, bye to him, and act like I'm not there. Only until one day where my husband was not present, where she was forced to speak to me, and I literally milked that conversation for everything that it was. I made sure that she understood that you might as well get used to me because his schedule's changed, so you won't be seeing him anymore. Unfortunately, women who are catty, nasty, and sometimes jealous and envious of what you have, especially when it comes to relationships, they want you to feel as if you don't deserve that man or that situation. And that's a no-no in my book. So the number one thing that women do when they are jealous and envious of your relationship is that they do not acknowledge you. They try to exclude you and they try to make you feel as if you don't exist. And they do this by adding the man to conversations, trying to invite him into certain social settings without you being present, which is very disrespectful in my opinion. The number two thing that women do when they are jealous and envious of the relationship you have with your man is that they be very provocative, overly involved, and they like to insert themselves into situations where they do not belong. I have been seeing these corny, off-putting videos on TikTok of women saying, this is my best friend and my boyfriend. This is how they interact. It's giving stepbrother, stepsister vibes. It's giving brother-sister vibes. When in actuality, all it's showing is that your boyfriend is on the brink of getting ready to cheat on you with your best friend. It shows that your best friend does not respect the boundaries that should be in place when it comes to your relationship with your man. I've seen videos of these women, they're tugging on one another with the boyfriend. Meanwhile, the girlfriend's so dippy, in my opinion, dippy and gullible. She's sitting back recording her boyfriend and her best friend flirting with one another, pulling on one another, tickling, doing all these weird things. There was another video that said my boyfriend and my best friend, they were in the pool and he had her straddled around him. They're supposedly, quote, playing in the pool. I'm looking like, lady, you cannot be this naive. But see, when women, and I don't know if these were skits, I don't know if they planned it that way, I don't know if they were just messing with people, but even if that was the case, in real life, you have some women who are so jealous and envious of the relationship you have with your man, she will actually deliberately dress more provocative when she's around him. I think about that scene from Real Housewives where Kenya was, flirting with Apollo at one moment. She was dressed fine as she normally dresses, but it was the over attention that she gave to him that made me and other people on the show feel uncomfortable. Phaedra was looking at her side eye as if, why are you so hyped up when he comes around? Now, bear in mind, yes, he was a handsome man, but if a woman, and I know she's not claiming to be her friend, but this is an illustration, when a woman is jealous and envious of the man that you have, and she feels like that she should have a man like that, she will be overly flirtatious, overly provocative, and she will normally dress inappropriately. I have seen this in my own life, not with my man, thank God, but with other people where they actually, the girlfriend, she's around her man with cut off shorts, a butt hanging out, breasts hanging out, everything is just on display, and the women seem not to care. It's as if they think it's innocent, but this man is actually being turned on by this woman. And I can hear it in the background, somebody saying, well, isn't that his problem? Isn't he lacking self-control? He should know how to control himself. Absolutely. But if a woman calls herself your friend, and on the flip side of this, I just saw a video of a young lady. She told her friend that her boyfriend was about to come over, and she did the opposite. She had on shorts and a camisole, and she actually changed it and put on some long pants and like a tube top that was covering. So she actually put on clothes to cover herself because she knew that her man was coming over and she didn't want to be all like that in front of him. See, that's class and decorum. But when a woman is jealous and envious and she wants your man, I just have to say exactly how it is. There are some women that you should never have your man around. I'm just saying it. Because some women do have that Jezebel spirit. Some women do have that provocative, overly sexualized, overly, how can I say it? It's just the streetwalker mentality where they don't know how to act. When they see a man that looks handsome or they see you being treated well, they want to see what that's about. And they start trying to appeal to his male nature. They want to make themselves look good and smell good in the presence of your man. Unless you all are at an event, I don't believe that that is appropriate behavior for somebody who values and respects your relationship. There's no way that a woman who says she's your friend should always be kikiing in the face of your man unless you all are telling jokes. As a married woman, that's one thing I just don't do. I'm not going to have another woman sit down and flirt with my man. It's just not going to happen. And I understand that some women are, that's just their personality, that's just their character. But when a woman is envious and she feels like you don't deserve what you have, or if some way she can love him better or she can be better for him, Those are the type of women that you have to watch out for, and those are the kind of women you need to keep your distance from. In my opinion, no matter what she looks like, no matter what she acts like, don't have a lot of women around your man, especially if they have already crossed the line, as if they are always complimenting on how handsome he is. Oh, he's this to you, he's that to you. A woman who is overly complimenting your relationship sometimes that is her way of showing you that she's interested in what you have. The third thing that you should never do, and how you can tell that a woman is jealous and envious of your relationship, is that she wants to know the intimate details of your relationship. When a woman feels like she can talk to you about the intimate, and I'm going to watch my words carefully because of YouTube guidelines restrictions, but there are some private moments, personal moments about your relationship and what your man may do or don't do to you and with you that you should never share with your girlfriends, with a woman who you sense is a little bit jealous and envious of what you have. What you don't want to do, and I'm going to say it exactly how it's coming to me. I guess this is the mother in me coming out. You don't want to pique the interest of a hoe. You don't want to pique the interest of a garden tool as into what your man does to you and for you, no matter how good he is. That's something you need to keep to yourself. There are some women who are so naive, especially some of our younger women. They actually, and I've heard these conversations, I've worked in a lot of workplaces, and I've overheard these conversations, very indignant, unclassy, undignified conversations of women who go into detail as into what their man does to them and what they like done to them. As women, number one, we're not having those conversations all willy-nilly with any old body. But having those conversations with certain women, you are piquing her interest into something that she may already be wanting to do or experience with your man. And if she already shows signs and symptoms of being a Jezebel, of being a provocateur, of being, overly flirtatious and provocative around your man, the last thing you want to do is be piquing her interest as into what he does for you and to you. Ladies, it's okay if you believe your man is the greatest. It's okay if you believe he's so handsome, he's so cute, he's so this. But don't tell other women that, because especially in today's age and the way women have become more savage-like, the way women have become more, they don't have any values, any morals, any standards. Women don't have any issue taking what's yours. They have no problem, and I understand nobody can be taken unless they want to go, but they can definitely be provoked and tempted, and if that man is weak-minded, he will go off with the woman you allow to be in proximity to something that you value. Ladies, women who are often jealous and envious of the relationship that women have with their men, if you bring up the fact that you're seeing things that are inappropriate, they will try to gaslight you into believing that somehow you're being insecure, somehow you're being jealous, somehow you're taking things out of line. It's not that way. And women like that who like to gaslight you into believing that you're being insecure, normally it's because they know exactly what they're doing and they want to fly under the radar with the sneaky things that they do. Don't let anyone trick you into believing that your genuine concern for somebody being inappropriate, being a hater, trying to interfere in your relationship is somehow you being insecure and jealous. And the way I see it, and this might rub some people the wrong way, what's yours is yours. And it's okay to be possessive over those things that are yours. When I refer to my husband, to my children, I always say his name. My daughter's name, my son's name. I take ownership over the people who have come out of me, and the rest. And there's nothing wrong with that as a woman. A woman with the queen energy, she has no problem staking claim to what's hers because she's put the work in, because she has the time and the history. Don't let these women today have you thinking that somehow valuing your relationship so much so that you protect it, that you guard it from jealous, envious, Jezebel-like women, that somehow there's something wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you for wanting to protect your marriage, your relationship, and your family from vultures, from jealous, envious women and men alike. Because unfortunately, you have some men who act the exact same way. You tell them that you can't have a friend and they're still trying to interfere. They even try to befriend your man in order to be around you. It's a very weird dynamic. And women are good for this, especially women at his workplace. When you have women at the workplace of the man that you're in a relationship with, and suddenly they are contacting him more times than not off hours, unless it's relating to work, there's really no reason for that. And as women, when you have that queen energy, when you are not jealous, but you are possessive, and there's nothing wrong with that a little bit, and you're actually guarding your relationship, having those boundaries that says, okay, she's not your friend, she's your coworker, so there's no reason for her to call you, then that's okay in my book. As a woman, you have to understand the game, and you have to understand the games that women play. And this is really what this comes down to. Women, not all women, I have to say that, but a lot of women today, they like to play games with other women's lives, with other women's relationships. And if you don't guard yourself, if you don't protect yourself, if you're not aware of the red flags, you may find yourself dealing with a situation where now you have a woman trying to interfere because you have her thinking that you don't care about your relationship, is not that serious. Ladies, if something is important to you, be it a relationship, a career, what have you, it's okay to say you can't infringe on this territory. It's okay to be territorial when it comes to something that you value, such as your relationship, your family, your career, your business, what have you. Grown women understand this. Girls have so much pride that they're saying, hey, I don't care if he wanted it. I don't care. I don't care. It's okay to be unbothered, but there are certain things that you cannot allow another woman to interfere with because it belongs to you. The queen energy says, I'm unbothered, going to remain unbothered, and I'm going to be unbothered by making sure my boundaries are not crossed when it comes to this, when it comes to that. Now, honestly, if you're with a decent man, you don't have to defend but so much because he knows how to shut things down. But some of your women, and I'm not saying random women, sometimes it's the women closest to you. And we have learned anything from TikTok situations, from the movie Soul Food, from all these other scenarios, and even real life issues, is that women, even those closest to you, sometimes do not care about hurting you if it gives them what you have. Envy and jealousy knows no boundaries, and it does not care about your feelings. And because of that, as a woman, as a grown woman, you have to know how to protect yourself by being wise and discerning and knowing when a woman is trying to trick you out of your spot, out of your relationship, out of your opportunities, and block her. Unfortunately, it can be a cutthroat game when you're dealing with some women. And knowing how to play the game and not being an active participant in the woman taking whatever it is she wants from you, if you're aware, then you can better safeguard yourself. Things happen. Sometimes men are just horrible. Sometimes relationships break up. But when you have a woman who's actively trying to destroy the good thing that you have, it is your right as a woman to be territorial and to keep her in her place. All right? Like and subscribe to the channel and share this content. Hit the notification bell so that you're aware when I post a brand new video. If you watch this video until the very end, put the high heel emoji in the comment section. I absolutely love to see it. Take care.